welcome back to my channel, Shawn Mackin. I am Shawn Mackin, and I am so grateful you're here. If this is your first time, welcome. If you are a returning visitor, I am so happy that you continue to listen to this content. I hope that it serves you and meets your needs in helping you achieve your weight loss goals. All right, so I want to share this week and talk about I can't versus I do not want. And we're going to talk about this I can't because I'm going to be honest, I was with a client recently and they're saying, yeah, and I know that I can't do this, and they're talking about all the things that they can't do in their life. And I just want to take a step back, and if you are in that same spot, I want to just talk about that choice of words and what we're really telling ourselves in that present moment when we say I can't. And before I get started with that, there's a nugget of wisdom that I really love, and it says, everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial. And I think that, or everything is permissible for me, but not everything is constructive. And what that means to me is that we have choices. We have choices in how we think. We have choices in what we do. We have choices even in how we feel about things. And maybe not, the feeling is kind of hard because it's more of like what we think generates a feeling or a emotional response of what we believe. And we can't change the feeling until we face the thought, until we face that belief. And one of these things that gets at the thought level is this concept of I can't. And this is what I believe another huge reason why diets don't work. Diets don't work because they give you their list of food. They give you their steps, their plans, their rules. And anything that's outside of that, you can't do it. And what happens when we continually say I can't? It's kind of like me, who is a very stubborn individual. I eventually like to question, what do you mean I can't do this? I can do whatever I want. It's a free country, blah, 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 right? That's how I naturally get to. That's what I get to when I think, and that's why I failed every single diet. My least favorite one was low-carb keto diets, which is the one that I've continually done over and over and over again to lose weight, which didn't help me in the long run. And when it comes to saying I can't, we are taking away our power. We are giving our power to be self-disciplined to something else. We say, according to this, I am not going to do this. I can't do it. Like it's a roadblock that you cannot cross. But I think that there is more power when we say, I do not want. And I want to share an example that I experienced even just today with I can't versus I do not want. And today I was not at my lowest weight ever. Yesterday I was. But today I jumped up like 2 pounds. And I say that because, first of all, weights fluctuate every day, right? We are always different body weights. And I love checking the scale every day because I learn what food served me. I learned how food is responding to my body. And today I'm up a couple pounds. And instead of freaking out about it, I just was like, you know what, Shawnee? Salami, very high in sodium. And I had some salami yesterday for lunch. And Prosecco's a booze, but prosciutto. I had prosciutto. And with some cheese. I had a very, very heavy, salty lunch. Okay? And I'm not surprised that I'm up in weight at all. But today, when I find myself at a high day, I like to kind of compensate my food choices to help get rid of that extra water weight that I gained overnight. And I also didn't sleep well too. So when I don't sleep well, I also go up in weight. But anyway, despite that. But anyway, so today I needed the car because my son has a swim lesson. And we are a one-car family, if you are not aware. So we only have one car. And so on days like today, I go to work with my husband because he, first of all, starts work late, so we can. And then I take the car, drop him off, and I pick him up. after work. So now, where was I going with this? Oh, on my way back home, I got hungry because it was lunchtime, and I'm typically hungry around 12 o'clock. And I was like, man, I'm really hungry. I want food now. I don't want to cook. What am I going to do? Pickle, 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 pickle. And then I thought about getting like some sort of fast food. I didn't even pick a place. I was just thinking, do I want a fast food? Do I want to go to a restaurant? Do I want to do this? That's what I was thinking. And then I said, Shawn, you were up. Then I had a thought that did not serve me. I said, Shawn, you were up 2 pounds. We're trying to get you back down by tomorrow. And so you can't have this. And when I told myself I can't, I can imagine in my head saying, what do you mean I can't? No, I totally can. And so then I'm thinking about places to go to, what's going to be cheap. And then I thought about my bank account. And then I thought about some other goals in our life that we have, which are building wealth. We're right now trying to save money for a second car because I might have to go back into teaching because this is a new business and you need to have some steady income. Anyway, so I'm thinking about going back into teaching next year. So I was like, man, but we need to save money for this car. I was like, now could I, get a $5 meal somewhere? Yes. Do I want to spend money? No. So when I said I do not want, then went away this desire in my head to go eat out. I didn't even want to eat out anymore. I was like, okay, we're not going to get it. We're not going to eat out. I'm going to eat something at home. It wasn't that I wanted something greasy. I wanted something quick and easy. And then I was thinking, Shawn, you stinking made chicken noodle soup yesterday, and you have some left over, like a whole bunch left over, because my husband doesn't particularly care for chicken noodle soup so much. He only has like 1 bowl if he has it. So I was like, man, I got this delicious chicken noodle soup at home. And it was like a homemade chicken broth. It's amazing. I love it. I'll share the recipe one day. Actually, I'll put it in the description box below if you want a really yummy homemade chicken noodle soup. And so then I was like, well, I got chicken noodle soup. So that's the power of I can't versus I don't want, okay? And this is the kind of conversation that I teach my clients to have with themselves. I am not the person I want you guys to rely on for the rest of your life when it comes to losing weight. Like, I don't want people to, like, for the rest of their life be counting points of what they can and cannot eat, right? Like, people should be able to freely choose and live the way that they want to live and choose continually things that serve them. This is why diets don't fail, this is why diets do fail, because they tell people over and over and over again, you can't do this. And I'm going to be honest, when you are saying I can't do this, that's not practicing self-discipline. And another thing that people say is, oh, I want to be more disciplined. Well, there's another principle that I live by, is that we already have all the self-discipline we need to live our life. And we have self-discipline. If you have ever been able to do a restricting calorie diet or omitting food groups kind of diet, or have gone through extreme workouts to try losing weight, I'm going to be honest, that proves you have self-discipline. And you ending that diet is not because of a lack of self-discipline. Self-discipline is not something we gain or not. There's a principle. It says, you've been given a spirit of love, power, and self-discipline. It says that. In, like, literally the Bible, it says that. 2 Timothy. Look it up if you're interested. You have been given a spirit of love, power, and self-discipline. But here we think we don't have self-discipline. Well, if we don't think we have self-discipline, is that going to lead us to, like, happiness, joy, and self-control? No, it's going to bring us down a wiring path thinking that we can't serve and meet our own needs. And our thoughts are paramount to being able to live a complete, happy, full life. And even if you don't follow the Bible in this, that's where it's like, do you want to believe that you don't have self-discipline? Do you want to believe that you can't control yourself? Do you want to believe that you yourself don't have power over your own life? Nobody wants to believe those things. So it's now saying, you know what, I don't want to believe that. So I'm going to choose to believe something else. And that's why if becoming a Christian is really helpful, because you're saying, I'm going to choose to believe in the Bible. Now that might be really hard for some people to do, and that might not serve them. So I get it that some people don't. Or they go to other religions, right, that have similar thought processes that lead them to want to live their life for. And so, because you can't just believe the antithesis of what you think. Like, I can't say, I don't believe I'm going to ever become 140 pounds. So I'm going to try believing that I can be 140 pounds. You can't just do that. But you can say, instead of saying that I don't believe I don't have self-discipline, you can choose these different thoughts. I'm not going to say I can't anymore. You can believe that. I don't believe in saying I can't. I'm going to start saying I do not want, because finding another reason. That's why I talk about finding your who is so important, because when you're trying to lose this weight, it's about you trying to become the person you're trying to be at the end of the day. Yeah, there's no end goal. There's no like aha moment where you reach your weight loss goal and all of a sudden your life is perfect, exactly the way that you want. It's about becoming that person now, which then that person chases the weight away. I like to think of it that way, like where you're becoming the person within you that serves you and that meets your needs and that meets others' needs and that takes care of everything else in your life, where your life is balanced and full and complete. That's the person that melts the weight away. The weight just naturally falls off because you've let go of the heavy self and you've become your forever thin self. So that's my wisdom for you today. Stop saying I can't and choosing things that you don't want anymore. Maybe you really don't want to eat fast food, but you feel you have to eat it. Now, like what I did, I also have other goals in my life other than losing weight. One of those goals was breaking the budget. I don't want to break my budget to eat a food that I can just eat at home, which only took me the same amount of time as waiting in a fast food line. So, because of this other goal I had in my life, it was able to defer me away from this desire to eating out. Maybe for you, you have another kind of situation that you're trying to get rid of. Maybe you feel like you have to eat, I don't know, let me think of another one. What's another one that I went through personally? So the fast food one was most recent, so it's super fresh in my mind. But I just want to give you guys a couple examples. Sweets, that's a big one. Okay, so people feel like when they have a bite of a Kit Kat bar, all of a sudden they have to have the full king size, right? Or it's Halloween and your kid came home with a whole stinking bag of candy, or you bought a whole bag of candy for trick-or-treaters that never came to your house. Oh, what's that candy gonna do? Okay, some people will just say, I need to throw it away. I have to throw it away, otherwise I'm gonna eat the bag. They don't have self-discipline. I've already said that. You are given self-discipline. You have it. But that's not the case. That's not true. And then what if you do like candy? What if you do want to slice a piece of candy over here now and then? Why don't we train ourselves to use candy that serves us rather than thinking of it as an enemy food? Because that's not a way to live. And then you're going to always overindulge if you think of it as some sort of enemy and some secret indulgence, right? But if we have a thought that serves us instead with this candy, well, trick-or-treaters didn't come, but you know what? And I like this candy, so I'm going to have it when I'm ready for it. Okay, my body wants a piece of that Twix bar, so I'm going to have it after dinner. So what we would do with our kids, right? We want to make sure our kids get nutrients. So we can choose a thought that'll serve us. Say, I'm going to have that piece after dinner. Because it's now not about the emotional attachment to the food. It's, I'm going to give myself what I want, but I'm going to give myself what I want when I'm not emotionally attached to it anymore. So it's choosing a different thought. I'm trying to break away my emotional eating problem. Okay, well, I really want a Twix bar after dinner. So now it's, oh wow, I'm really craving a Twix bar. I can't wait to have it after dinner. Instead of saying, I need to have it right now and I need to eat all of it. And I need to eat every single Twix bag or Twix bar in that entire bag of candy. Does that make sense? I hope this helps you guys. I hope this hope this was like engaging, but then not just that you feel like, oh my gosh, I can really learn how to implement this in my own life. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. If this served you, go ahead, subscribe, because I want you to be able to keep learning new tools, new thoughts, bringing in new perspectives to really get out of this diet brain and really focus on the change your life for good brain. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.